How important would
hmm
you say education has impacted your level up of trading?
Education for me is really important because trading is really complicated.
What made you
Mhm.
start using prop firms and how have they impacted your trading career?
It's all because I really want to have discipline over my strategy myself.
What did you find different compared to other firms that you've used in the past?
Actually, as a person of art and creativity, for me it was the branding at first.
Hey everyone, my name's Jamie. I've been a Forex trader for over 6 years and I have a Discord channel with over 20,000 members. And I'm also a proud member of the Aqua funded family. Today we have a very special guest with us here, a trader who has taken full advantage of what Aqua funded offers with a lifetime payout of $2,169.75 across two payouts, all from just a $10,000 account that only costs $71. Mary Tan is someone we can all learn a lot from. So make sure to get rid of any distractions, subscribe for much more value coming up, and without further ado, let's get into it. So I'd like to welcome Mary. Mary, thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Crazy. So $2,169.75 from a 10K challenge. That is some crazy numbers, Mary. Like
Thank you
absolutely
so
crazy
much.
numbers. We don't usually see that quite often, but that's basically 21% of that account.
Mhm.
Usually, when we see that kind of payout, that's from $100,000 account. So I'm pretty sure this interview is going to be really, really exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you first got into trading?
I'm Mary. I'm 27. I'm from a small island in the Philippines called Bohol. It's from the south. I'm actually a professional architect, and I've been trading since the pandemic. No one actually really taught me about trading. It's just I just came across it somehow on the internet one day, and I thought hey, I this is kind of interesting, and I found myself looking at a lot of videos, reading a lot of things, and then I just learned it all by myself. And then fast forward this year and last year, I think I told myself I really need to focus because if I really want to succeed in this, then I have to do everything that I can and capitalize on all the materials on the internet because internet is here, everything is free and accessible. From there everything went smoothly as long as I just focus on trading, and crazy it just happened.
So you started trading basically
hmm
when the pandemic hit, five, six
yes.
years ago,
Yeah.
um, and just no like mentors, no courses, just straight into it. And this
hmm
year you basically started to make use of the free resources online.
Yes.
So going from, that period where you didn't necessarily get into the education side and now getting into it, how important would
hmm
you say education has impacted your level up of trading?
Education for me is really important because trading is really complicated. It's easy, but it's really not. Even for
Mm.
me, even if I have those numbers, for me it was really difficult to get to that point. It cost me a lot of time, a lot of struggles. I lost a lot of money as well before I got to that point, but it was all worth it.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's a journey. Trading's definitely a
Yeah.
journey. Um, and you've been trading for a decent time,
hmm
5, 6 years.
hmm
And when you first started trading to now, we can basically say the industry has changed quite a lot from
hmm
people trading their own funds and also prop firms coming to the space. What made you
hmm
start using prop firms and how have they impacted your trading career?
It's all because I really want to have discipline over my strategy myself and the way I trade. And I thought if I'm gonna use my own money, I'm really gonna just blow it up because it happened to me many times. And I thought hey, what are prop firms when I first saw about prop firms, and I said, well, this is quite interesting. It could give me a little bit of edge when if I really want to have control on the way I trade, on because you have parameters that you have to follow in order for you to be successful. So that's what pushed me to find a good prop firm and use it.
Okay, great. Great, great, great. Yeah, I can imagine that as well because me myself personally too, I went from trading personal funds to, using prop firms now. And I feel that
Hmm.
also like when you start, you can disagree with me, but when you trade with your own funds, you don't really have a layout. You like
Yeah.
you'll know, okay, I have to have risk management, but there's
Yes.
nothing really holding you to that risk management. Where
Yes.
with prop firms, it's like, look, if you actually exceed these amounts per day or overall,
Hmm.
you're gonna fail. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, I 100% agree with you on that extent.
Hmm.
So you made $2,169.75 with Aqua funded, and
Hmm.
those are obviously crazy numbers. What stood out to you the most about Aqua funded, and what did you find different compared to other firms that you've used in the past?
Actually, as a person of like art and creativity, for me, it was like the branding at first. I was
Mm,
like, wow, I really like how everything is like put together and like, and I'm from an island, so I'm very big on like nature and taking care of the environment. And I saw that they were like having some charity. It's kind of like a charity prop firm, and I have never seen that in other prop firms. And I thought like, hey, this is really big for me. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go with Aquafunded. And turns out like from all of the prop firms that I have tried, Aquafunded was the only thing that really worked for me. And yeah, I really love it.
that's amazing. I've never
Mhm.
actually heard that answer before, with the whole branding. I think it probably also comes from your architectural side, your creative
Yes,
side.
yes.
Um, I definitely think, I also agree, that animations, the whole story with the ocean going from a fish to a whale, it's not
Hmm.
necessarily just a boring, because I think when it comes to trading, it's very, very boring. Trading is boring already,
Yes.
but we're
Yes.
adding that personality, which is very, very cool that you pointed out.
Hmm.
So your results, again, you've made $2,169 from two
Hmm.
payouts using a $10,000 funded account,
Hmm.
and that's really, really crazy considering you only paid $71 for the account. I mean, it's quite a ridiculous return. What was your mindset behind going for that account size, and how did you approach growing it to?
I don't want to go like directly into like a big account because it would take a toll on my mental like fortitude. And I said like why just like start small and like go from there. I think starting small is very important because it will give you like it will make you learn that it's not about like how big your account. It's about really how you trade and how you manage your funds and everything. So it worked out completely like perfect.
No, that's crazy. Like I'm just baffled by the, basically a 21% return on the account. And also considering your journey, from trading during the pandemic to now, you must have
Hmm.
really consumed some crazy resources to um, get that kind of return. I think after this call, you need to share with me some of the links that you use because that's crazy.
Yeah, actually, it was just like mostly just random videos on the internet, like even on Reels, on Instagram Reels, and my Facebook feed. It's not. I was like trading since like 2020, but it was like I just stop and I start and I stop and I start until like last year and this year. So only like in that amount of time, I was like able to really focus because I told myself
Mm.
like I'm gonna leave everything and focus on this. So that's what got me.
Yeah, it really, really pushes you. So you come from an architectural background. Are you still doing architecture or are you full-time trading right now?
I'm doing both because in
Oh,
architecture it's like freelance, so I have my own time, and
mm,
yeah, it's working quite well for me. So I'm doing like trading, and on some days I'm having like some projects outside. So it also gives me like an opportunity to go out and like touch some grass, and not just on the charts.
for sure. For sure, for sure. I love
Yeah.
that as well because, I think a lot of people they feel like they have to either choose a career or stick to trading full time. Where you're the perfect example. You can do both. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you obviously just have to prioritize your times and make it work for yourself. But that's very impressive that you making this kind of money with trading and you still doing your, I assume, passion of architecture, which is really, really impressive.
Thank you.
So, I'm sure everyone watching this interview now, they're very stunned by the amount or the amount that you achieved with that account. Could you give us a little taste of your overall trading style, any key habits or strategies that helped you secure consistent profits?
For me, it's just risking like zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.5 to 1% only per trade, and I just let it run until it's either gonna go stop loss or take profit. But my strategy, it was like evolving. Before I was using a lot of indicators, RSI, like even MACDs like this. I was like doing a lot of things until like one day I'm just doing support and resistance and price action, and then that's just it. I was just like eyeballing the charts and the candlesticks,
Hmm,
and it was like it was pretty easier for me than relying on indicators that will make me confused.
for sure.
So that's just that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think also like I have a similar starting point as well because when you come into trading, everything's so overwhelming, and you're like, ooh, okay, indicators. There's a reason why people coded this, developed this. It should maybe help me with my trading, and it does to an extent. I think indicators assist, but the moment you
Hmm.
have your edge, whether it's um, maybe using support resistance, trend lines, Fibonacci levels, whatever, when you add
Hmm.
everything together, that's when the kind of, the wheels start turning.
Yeah.
But I had a very similar situation with myself as well, where I used RSIs, stochastic oscillators, and I was like, well, this looks crazy, but like maybe it will help. Um,
Hmm.
but I think your trades just get better and better the more um, personal technical analysis you actually use.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The
you
less
say you use
indicators for me, the simpler.
for sure. So you say you use like a 0.5 to 1% risk, and then you just let the trade run. What kind of
Hmm.
targets do you like aim for with that trade? Do you aim for like a 1 to 1, a 1 to 2, or it just depends on the trading setup?
It all depends on like the trading setup, but I try my very best to have a minimum of like two, 1:2, and or like 1:2.5.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect, perfect. And what would you say is the most important tip for traders trying to pass challenges and actually reach their first payout?
um, Take your time. Like, don't rush everything. Like, small profits will like get you there. Like, don't risk more than like what you cannot afford to lose. So it's like for me, I only risk zero point 0.5 to 1% like a day. Or if I go over that, I would be feeling scared if like I'm not winning anything. So I'm like, there's always an opportunity in the market. So like there's always the next day, there's always the next week. So just take your time, you will get there.